Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss ICSE Class 10 Physics question paper. I have taken 2019 paper. In this part of the video, we are going to discuss only section 1. So let us begin. I will also give you the marking scheme. So you will get a fair idea how you have to write your answers. So this is question number 1. Each question in section 1 will have 5 subparts. So question number 1, first part is the diagram below shows a claw hammer used to remove nail. Now first part of the question is to which class of lever does it belong, and second part is give one more example of the same class of lever mentioned by you in part 1 for which the mechanical advantage is greater than 1. Okay, so this is class 1 lever. Okay, and one more example of class 1 lever in which the mechanical advantage is greater than 1 is, you can write shear or you can write plier or any other example, but you have to check that the load arm should be smaller than the effort arm, or effort arm should be greater. So in this diagram, these are the marking. Why it is class 1 lever? Because fulcrum is in between load and effort. Okay, and if you have to give one more example of class 1 lever but mechanical advantage greater than 1, that means you have to check that the fulcrum is more towards the load. That means the effort arm is big. Okay. Now second question. Second question is two bodies A and B have masses in the ratio 5:1 and their kinetic energies are in the ratio 125:9. Find the ratio of their velocities. So here ratio of mass is given and kinetic energy is given, and you have to find the ratio of velocity. Let us solve this. You know that kinetic energy has formula half mv square. So now kinetic energy of A divided by kinetic energy of B is equal to half ma into v square upon half mb into v of velocity of b square. Okay. Now substitute the values. What is given in the question? Kinetic energy ratio is given in the question. What else is given? Ratio of mass is also given in the question. Now substitute the values in the formula. Half and half will get cancelled. Now you will get 125 upon 9, which is equal to 5 divided by 1 into VA square upon VB square. Now we need the ratio of VA to VB. So now we will take VA square and is to VB square on one side. For this substitution, correct substitution, you will get 1 mark. Okay. Now rearrange the terms and get velocity square on one side and then solve it. You will get VA square upon VB square is equal to 25 upon 9. So VA upon VB will be equal to 5 upon 3. But this is the ratio. But if you leave your answer here only, you will not get 1 more mark. Okay? Because ratio should always be written in which form? Ratio is asked, so ratio should be written in this form. Then only you will get 1 mark. So whenever ratio is asked, don't leave your answer in fraction. Whenever ratio is asked, write the ratio in the ratio form, not in the fraction form. Otherwise, you will lose 1 mark. Okay. C part. 1C, question 1. Name the physical quantity which is measured in calories and how is calories related to SI unit of that physical quantity. So calorie measures which physical quantity? It measures heat energy. Don't just write energy, because energy has other units also. Energy has unit electron volt also, but electron volt does not measure heat energy. Calorie measures specifically heat energy, so write heat energy. For this part 1 mark, and the relation 1 calorie is equal to 4.186 joule, 1 more marks. You can write 4.2 also, but be specific. Okay. Then D part, define couple and state the SI unit of moment of couple. So what is couple? Couple is two equal and opposite parallel forces not acting along the same line. each and every word is important, otherwise you will not get 1 mark. Two equal forces, opposite forces and parallel forces. The forces should be equal and opposite to each other, and they should be parallel to each other, and they should not be acting along the same line. They should be separated at a distance. What is the SI unit of moment of couple? Newton meter. 1 mark for this. Okay. E part, question number 1E, define critical angle. Second part is state one important factor which affects the critical angle of a given medium. So critical angle is the angle of incidence. Critical angle is nothing but the angle of incidence in the denser medium, corresponding to which the angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. Do not miss out the important things which I have highlighted, or for which I have used the different color. Okay, it is the angle of incidence in the denser medium, corresponding to which the angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. Factor on which it depends. The factors, there are many factors. You have to give one factor, 1 mark. You can either write color or wavelength, or you can write temperature. You can also write refractive index, because critical angle is inversely proportional to refractive index, or you can say refractive index is inversely proportional or inversely depends on sign of critical angle. So you can write refractive index also. That is also correct. Okay. Now next, question number 2A. An electromagnetic radiation is used for photography in fog. Identify the radiation, first part, and why is this radiation mentioned by you ideal for this purpose. That means you have to give reason why it is used. Okay, so the radiation is infrared radiation. Don't write IR for that. Okay, write incomplete words. Infrared radiation, 1 mark. And why it is used? It is used due to its large wavelength. Due to its large wavelength, they are scattered less, so they can penetrate deep inside fog. Okay, so the keywords should be there. Due to their large wavelength, they are scattered less, so they can penetrate deep inside the fog. 1 mark for this. Okay. Then B, first part. What is the relation between the refractive index of water with respect to air and refractive index of air with respect to water? Okay. So what is the relation? The relation is they are inversely related. Okay. The refractive index of water with respect to air is inversely related, or is equal to 1 by refractive index of air with respect to water. 1 mark for this. Now second part of the question is, if the refractive index of water with respect to air is 5 by 3, 5 upon 3, calculate the refractive index of air with respect to water. You can directly say it is, the answer is 3 by 5, because they are inversely related. So answer will be 3 by 5. But you have to show the calculation. Okay. So refractive index of air with respect to water will be reciprocal of 5 by 3. Okay. Which is equal to 3 by 5. But that is not the answer. You have to convert it into decimal form. Then only you will get marks, 1 mark. If you leave your answer for any numerical, if you leave your answer in fraction, you will lose mark. Okay. You have to calculate the refractive index. Okay. So refractive index is 0.6, not 3 by 5. Do not leave your answer till here, till 3 by 5. Okay. 1 mark for this. Then next question. The specific heat capacity of a substance A is 3800 joule kg power minus 1 Kelvin power minus 1, and that of substance B is 400 joule per kg Kelvin. Okay, which of the two substances is a good conductor of heat? Give reason for your answer. Okay, so now the substance which will absorb, or which will take less heat for same rise in temperature, that will be a good conductor. So substance B is a good conductor of heat. The reason is specific heat capacity of B is less than that of A. So for same mass of substance B will absorb less heat for the same rise in temperature. So it will get heated quickly. So that is why it is a good conductor. Okay. Now next question. Okay, answer is already displayed. Question is, let me read the question. The question is, a man playing a flute is able to produce notes of different frequencies. If he closes the hole near his mouth, will the pitch of the note produced increase or decrease? Give reason. Now, if he closes the hole near his mouth, the pitch will decrease. The pitch of the note will decrease. 1 mark for that. And 1 mark for the reason. What is the reason? The reason is frequency is inversely proportional to the length of the air column. Or you can also write in the other words, as the length of the air column increases, frequency decreases. So the pitch decreases. Now how it happens, I will show you. This is the flute and this is the length between first hole and mouth where the air is blown. Okay, so this is the length. Now if you close the first hole, then the length of the air column will increase. Length of the vibrating air column will increase, and frequency is inversely proportional to length of the air column. So if length increases, frequency will decrease. Okay, next E part. E part is the diagram below shows a light source P embedded in a rectangular glass block ABCD of critical angle 42 degree. Critical angle is 42 degree. Complete the path of the ray PQ till it emerges out of the block. Write necessary angles. So you have to write the angles also, otherwise you will not get marks. Okay, 1 mark. I'll tell you the marking scheme also. So this is the diagram enlarged. I have enlarged the diagram. Now what happens to this ray of light PQ? What happens to this ray of light at surface BC? For that you need to find the angle of incidence. So angle of incidence is the angle between the incident ray and normal. So draw a normal and the angle of incidence is 48 degree, which is greater than the critical angle. So if angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, then the ray will get totally internally reflected. Now the ray has reflected with the same angle 48 degree. Now what will happen to this ray of light at surface CD? For that also you need to find the angle of incidence. Okay, for that you have to draw the normal. Now this angle is 42, this is 48. So the angle of incidence will be 42 degree, which is equal to critical angle. Now if the angle of incidence is equal to critical angle, then the ray will pass through the surface. So for these two rays, one totally internally reflected ray and one the ray which passes through the surface on surface CD, for each ray 1 mark each. But if you don't mention the angles, then you will lose mark. Okay, so mention the angles which is given in red. Those are the two required angles. If you write other angles also, there is no problem, but the angles which are marked in red, they are important. That means angle of incidence at both the surfaces you should mention. Okay, question number 3. A, first part. If the lens is placed in water instead of air, how does its focal length change? Which lens, second part, which lens, thick or thin, has greater focal length? So the answer is, when the lens is placed in water, its focal length will decrease. Okay, because water has refractive index more as compared to air. So when the medium in which the lens is kept has higher refractive index, its focal length will decrease. Now which lens has a greater focal length, thick lens or thin lens? So thin lens has greater focal length. Okay. Next question, 1 mark for each part. Question number B. Two waves of same pitch means they have same frequencies, have amplitude in ratio 1:3. What will be the ratio of their intensities and second frequencies? So intensities, ratio of their intensity depends on the square of the amplitude. So the ratio of their intensities will be square of 1:3. So that means 1:9. And frequency, ratio of frequencies will be 1:1. Why? Because they have same pitch. So same pitch means same frequency. So their ratio will be 1:1. 1 mark each. Okay. Next, question number C. 3C. How does an increase in the temperature affect the specific resistance of a metal and a semiconductor? Okay, so let me raise the marks. Okay, now here what is asked, how does an increase in temperature, so when temperature increases, what happens to the specific resistance of metals? So specific resistance of metals increases with increase in temperature, and for semiconductors, when temperature increases, their specific resistance decreases. 1 mark each. Okay, define resonant vibrations. Which characteristic of sound makes it possible to recognize a person by his voice without seeing him? That is nothing but quality. Okay, now first let me define resonant vibrations. So resonant vibrations are vibrations of greater amplitude when frequency of forced vibrations are equal to the frequency of free vibrations. Now here people do mistake. They just write the frequency of forced vibration is equal to free vibrations. Is the frequency is not equal to free vibration. Frequency is equal to frequency. Frequency of forced vibration is equal to frequency of free vibration. Okay, the frequencies of both forced and free vibrations are equal. So if you miss out frequency second time for free vibration, you will lose mark. Okay, then second part, what is the characteristic? The characteristic is quality or timbre. Okay, then E part, is it possible for a hydrogen nucleus to emit an alpha particle? Give reason for your answer. So this question, though the parts are not given as 1 and 2, but this question contains 2 parts, 1 mark each. So first part, it is asked, is it possible for the hydrogen nucleus to emit alpha particle? So the answer is no. Okay. What is the reason? Reason is the nucleus does not contain 2 protons and 2 neutrons. What is alpha particle? Alpha particles contains 2 protons and 2 neutrons. 2 protons, that means atomic number is 2, and 2 neutrons also, that means total mass number is 4. But hydrogen nucleus does not contain 2 protons and 2 neutrons, so it is not possible. So give clear answer for first part no, and the reason 1 mark each. Okay. Next, question number 4. Calculate the effective resistance across AB. Now effective resistance will be equal to one resistance which is in series 8 ohm plus this parallel combination. So first you have to solve the parallel combination and then add 8 ohm, then you will get the effective resistance between A and B. So first statement you give that effective resistance is equal to 8 ohm plus resistance in parallel, and now calculate the resistance in parallel. 1 by R is equal to 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5 plus 4, that is 1 by 9. Okay, so you will get 1 by R is equal to 3 plus 1 divided by 9. Okay, so that means 1 by R is equal to 4 by 9. That is nothing but resistance R is equal to 9 by 4. 1 by R is 4 by 9, so R is 9 by 4. So resistance R is equal to, parallel resistance R is equal to 2.25. Okay, this is the parallel combination. So what is the effective resistance? Effective resistance is 8 plus 2.25 ohm. That is nothing but 10.25 ohm. So if you solve till the first square, what I have kept in the box, till there you will get, that means if you find the resistance in parallel, you will get 1 mark, and for the final answer you will get 1 mark. Okay. Next question, 4B, first part, state whether the specific heat capacity of a substance remains the same when it changes state or when its state changes from solid to liquid. So first part is state whether the specific heat capacity of a substance remains same or not when it changes its phase. So what do you say? Does it remain same? No. So it does not remain same. First part, it will change. One example is ice and water. Specific heat capacity of ice is 2.1 joule per gram degree Celsius, and specific heat capacity of water is 4.2 joule per gram degree Celsius. So they are different. Okay, so it will not remain same. 1 mark for no, it will change, and 1 mark for the example. Okay. C. A magnet kept at the center of two coils A and B is moved to and fro as shown in the diagram. The two galvanometers shows deflection. Now you have to state with a reason whether X is greater than Y or X is less than Y. Now check the number of turns, in which one number of turns is less, in that deflection will be less. Okay, so X is less than Y is the answer. X is less than Y, 1 mark. What is the reason? The reason is the induced EMF is directly proportional to the number of turns in the coil. So the coil which has less number of turns, the deflection will be less in that. Okay. Now D, question number 4D, first part. Why is a nuclear fusion reaction also called a thermonuclear reaction? And then second part is complete the reaction. So to complete the reaction, you have to check the atomic number on both the side, total atomic number and total mass number on both the side, and then find out what is the atomic number and mass number of the atom which will come in the blank. Now first part, why is nuclear fusion also called a thermonuclear reaction? Because it occurs at a very high temperature. It requires a large amount of heat and it occurs at extremely high temperature, and mention the temperature also, approximately 10 to the power 7 Kelvin. 1 mark for that. Okay, and 1 mark for what will come in the blank. So copy the equation as such and write H11 there. Okay, so in the blank you will get hydrogen atom. Then next question, state two ways to increase the speed of rotation of DC motor. Speed of rotation of DC motor depends on, or it can be increased by increasing the current through the coil, or by increasing the strength of magnetic field, or you can also say by increasing the area of the coil placed in the magnetic field. You can write any two ways of increasing the speed of rotation, though this is not there in the syllabus for 2021. But I will discuss all the questions whether they are there in the syllabus or not. Okay, so whatever is there in 2019 paper, I will discuss all the question with the marking scheme. The second part, you can click on the link for the second part of this video, in which I will discuss section 2 of this question paper of 2019. Okay, thank you all of you. Take care.